Yo, as a lot of you guys may know, I have taken a break the last 3-4 months from FPV and I'm back. So as a result of my break, you can see a lot of this FPV stuff ended up in purgatory basically. And something I noticed was my main setup, the triplet identical apexes that I have, I was kind of nervous to fly them, but they were all perfect. No issues, no rusting on the screws, except for these two, that one cheapo screw I got. Some stuff out here in this Louisiana heat and humidity got rusted, like these screws here, camera screws, some screws up top, no big deal. This is kind of a beater anyway. Although that Acon ESC and Radix FC have been killing it for years. I kind of got to noticing that I have never switched a part on any component on any of my 3 apexes, right? And that's kind of shocking because I remember before I had this whole formula down for my perfect setup or whatever you want to call it, I used to be burning ESCs, I used to even burn VTXs, flight controllers, cameras would blow up. So now I have it figured out and I think I know exactly why. They've been good to go for the last 18 months or so. This 6S quad on 2600. By the way, did I mention I have never swapped a single motor? These TOAs, man, are so solid. Look at how many spares I have. Fortunately or unfortunately, I've never had to replace a single motor through all the bangs and concrete and grass, trees, everything I've hit. And that I can't really explain. That I'll give it to the performance of the TOAs, the quality of the build of them. I think that the manufacturing QC and stuff, tolerances, that's what really makes a motor. A lot of people want to talk about magnets and this. It's the quality of the build and the parts. That's what I honestly think is what separates a medium motor from like an ultra premium motor. But anyway, I digress. I want to talk about why this 6S 2600 kV quad has never blown an ESC, and I fly pretty crazy. Like I go balls to the wall, honestly. So why have I never burnt an ESC? That's what we're going to talk about, and how you can never burn an ESC because everyone can do it. And it's motor output limiting. I keep telling y'all this.
Listen to me.
No one else is talking about it. People are talking about how they're scared to use it. People are talking about 20 by 20 components. I've never had a problem with it. And it comes down to the motor output limit. Because if you think about it, I am limiting the amount of voltage that the motors can get. So, you know, like when you're rocking a regular setup, mechanically, your motors can, you know, something can happen in the air, or if you get stuck in a tree where you can request more voltage than your ESC is capable of handling. But when you output that limit, we're talking we are at 75, 66% of the voltage that is going out. So we're never getting even close to 100%. So we have plenty of headroom for voltage spikes or anything that wants to happen. And I think that it even helps the performance because think about it like this. If you are racing cars, for example, would you rather have a 1,000 horsepower car that you like get on the laptop and bring down to like 750 horsepower racing against a 750 horsepower car that's just redlining and maxing out? No, of course you'd want the 1,000 horsepower because it's chilling. It's not putting all its, you know, effort into the race. So that's kind of like what's happening here. We got the 26 or whatever you want. Just get a 4S kV quad and limit it down. And then it's like, it's capable of running a lot, you know, higher, and you can vary the kV to whatever you want. That's another benefit. But it's never pushing at its max. You're not reaching the mechanical limits of your motor or your ESC or anything. Everything is kind of just chilling, you know? You build with tolerances way above what you're actually gonna be using. Keeps the motors cool, which also helps the motors run to full capacity. Even at full stick, you're going just as fast as a quad with 1800 kV motors, but you're at 65% of the voltage of the motors aren't, you know, juicing out completely. You're not getting hot and melting windings and all that. You're not weakening magnets. So that's just what I wanted to say right there about that. And of course, you know, the components, these are, in my opinion, the best components. The best possible ESC that I have ever flown in my life is the Acon AK32 pin. The best FC construction-wise and feature-wise is the Radix. These are all 20x20. The best VTX that I haven't burnt, Rush FPV, the little 20x21. Rush Tank Mini, boom. Those are honestly the best. The TOAs, I got all kind of TOAs. The turbines, in my opinion, are the best, but I don't run them on everything because they're so expensive. A little bit too pricey, but they say the new ones, you don't have to buy the left-sided and the right-sided, so look out for that. You just buy one motor for all 4 motors. You don't have to get clockwise and counterclockwise. Look out for that. The Foxeer camera, you know, I do have some complaints about it, but it is my favorite camera out the box to where you don't have to change things around, put a new lens. I like the Run Cam as well. I think the Johnny FPV edition, which is, I think, the same. It's the Swift 2, so I think the Steel edition is also similar. The Run Cam Swift Mini 2, that's the one. But anyway, so these components, dude, they are just killer. This setup is so sick. Also, let me just say this. So if you like these props, which I do, these PB&J props, but my setup's a little too heavy for it, dude, these new Cyclones, which I think are made of the same indestructible material as the old Dow Cyclones, but these are lighter and they fly kind of like these, but with a little bit more pitch and a little bit more oomph than I needed. Bro, I'm gonna link these props. You gotta try them, especially if you like those PB&Js. Just a little update. I'm gonna be posting on here more now that I'm back. Patreon is still rocking. I lost about 20 something patrons over my absence. I don't blame them, but we've had 2 killer giveaways already for April. We're gonna keep going. And I got a lot of stuff to give away. I got just a bunch of stuff inside. I'm sorry if I wasn't able to review your items, and I'm probably just gonna give them away because I kind of fell behind on that and I wanna stay current. I think these props are out by now. I'm not sure. They're like 5143.5s, I think, Dows. I'll check and I'll put the link down below. Patreon link down below. Let's get back into it, guys. Like, subscribe. Thanks for sticking with me. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.